députés. And good evening, everybody. Welcome inside 302 Sports. Tonight we have a very special boys basketball stream free ribs Archmere at St. Mark's. Before the game, however, the Spartans are going to honor their late baseball coach and athletic director, Matt Smith. And we're going to bring that to you, I hope. And joining me tonight, John Kolesha, Jason Winchell. Up on the camera is Craig Laskowski. And John Smitty was a big deal, not just at St. Mark's, all over the place. And he's very sorely missed. And this should be a really nice ceremony they have here at St. Mark's.
Yeah, great way to honor Smitty. Smitty's a St. Elizabeth's grad. I got a chance to play against him. He was a three-sport athlete, football, basketball, and baseball at St. Elizabeth's for the Vikings. Great guy, hard worker, and you could see it out on the baseball field. All the success that he had over the years after he took over for Coach Lemon here. Quite a few state championships, and just overall a awesome human being, awesome coach, awesome athletic director.
All right, we're going to just go with the ceremony. We don't want to interrupt anything, so we're going to turn it over to the ceremony.
Through 2024, Smitty guided the Spartan baseball program to an incredible 450 acres. During that same time, he captured 10 Delaware State baseball championships, including 3 consecutive titles from 2003 to 2005. He was also part of the legendary 1995 boys basketball state championship team that went 26-0. And he was so proud to be an assistant coach on the Spartans' 2010 football state championship team. He was inducted into the Delaware Baseball Hall of Fame in 2018, named State Coach of the Year in '99 and 2016, and in 2021 was honored by Max Preps as Delaware's all-time greatest high school baseball coach. However, with Smitty, it was always about the kids. He was as humble as they come and would always praise his athletes. He instilled discipline in them, accountability, a belief that they could achieve anything they set their minds to. He demanded excellence. Above all, he taught us how to win with humility, how to lose with dignity, and how to show up prepared for life beyond the field or court. Though Smitty is no longer with us, his spirit remains deep within the halls of St. Mark's. Every time our teams take the field, the court, the pool, the mat, or the track, they honor Smitty by being the best that they can absolutely be. Tonight we are honored to be joined by many members of Matt's family. Please welcome to the court Matt's mom, Linda, his father, Bob, stepmom, Joyce, sister, Amy. Also, please welcome his children, Olivia and Ryan, and his loving wife, Amy. Rob. He was a coach to all of us, and he was a St. Mark's legend that is deeply missed by all. Tonight, Smitty is looking down on the basketball team, and right now he is saying, do your job. We miss you, Smitty. Thank you.
Alrighty, John, nice little ceremony there. Matt's parents and sister and his wife, Amy. They got flowers. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to see the tribute they have coming at halftime as well.
Well, let's get you the starting lineups. John, you got them in front of you. Why don't you give us the Archmere starting lineup?
We have Archmere's starting lineups. Number 4, Ryan Hagenberg. Number 5, Khalif Wilson. Number 10, Kevin Kazicki. Number 15, John Orsini. And number 33, Noah Blessing.
And as athletic director Dan Swayze introduces the Spartans, John's going to tell you their starting lineup.
St. Mark's comes in with junior, number 0, Griffin Davis. Number 2, Dylan Bromwell. Number 11, Dylan Wright. Number 32, Luke Podolak. And we're waiting on the 5th starter.
And they're all
wearing the 33. That's a great number. Great number, Mike. And no, it wasn't the year I was born.
We will get you that starter as soon as we can after the national anthem.
Before we begin this evening's event, we'd also like to offer a prayer in a moment of silence to remember a truly iconic figure in the Archmere community. In the late hours of Sunday, January 4th, Archmere lost a teacher, a head of school, a chaplain, a mentor and a legend, Father McLaughlin. Affectionately known for his infectious spirit, he will be deeply missed by all who had the privilege of knowing him. For more than 5 decades, Father McLaughlin devoted his life to his faith, an overseas community, Catholic education, countless friends, families, alums, family members, and of course the students of Archmere Academy. He was not only a priest, but also a mentor, a role model, and a steady presence who believed in every person he encountered. His impact on the community is immeasurable, living in the confidence of students, the perseverance of all he touched, and the strength of the community inspired by his faith, kindness, and loyalty. Father McLaughlin is truly a saint. At this time, we invite everyone to observe a moment of silence in remembrance of Father McLaughlin. We will keep all our special intentions in our hearts and our thoughts as we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Almighty God, as we gather for this competition, we ask you to bless all of our athletes, coaches, referees, and spectators. Preserve us all from harm, and may your Holy Spirit inspire us to treat one another with dignity and respect. May we accept victory with humility and defeat with honor. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, we remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
I think it's live. All right, John, it's always nice with the anthem is live because we can leave it up. Archmere is coached by former St. Mark's coach Nick Santa. St. Mark's is coached by Lonnie Wright. Both teams played on Tuesday. Archmere, the game you saw on 302 Sports, dropped a tight one with St. Elizabeth's. And St. Mark's coming off a win at Red Lion. So that's how we're looking coming in. Next weekend, of course, is the SL24. And St. Mark's, obviously, the flagship school in that. They'll be playing Friday night, I think against DMA. So they got a couple games before then.
Yeah, I was looking.
Maybe with the snow, you never know.
Yeah, we might be snowed in. You know, I'm sure. Hopefully by the weekend. You know, it'd be nice to have a whole week off of school. I'm sure the kids are at home with their spoons under their pillows and all the other little superstitious things that they do to make sure that it snows out.
All right, looks like Nate Meyer is out there with the rest of the Spartans starters. Number 5.
Yes, number 5,
Nate
Myers,
jumping
senior.
center. It looks like it was going to be Podolak, but Griffin Davis, Khalif Wilson Jr. We're about ready to go here. A little bit later than the advertised starting time, but nothing wrong with a little primetime basketball. Thanks for joining us once again, especially that Julie Kolezic.
She might not be tuned in just yet.
Oh, I'll have to get her later then, too. And we are underway. Archmere controls the tap. It's John Orsini's out there with Noah Blessington. Yes, Noah Blessington. Ryan Hagenberg has the ball here. That is Kevin Kazicki. And the 5th starter is number 33.
Archmere's running a little motion offense here, being very patient, making the extra pass, looking for the great shot.
We have a foul on Griffin Davis for St. Mark's, his team first.
Orsini's going to the foul line here. Both him and Hagenberg did a great job the other night against St. Elizabeth's, being very aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. And in this case, Orsini is rewarded, gets fouled, gets 2 shots from the foul line.
Yeah, John had a pretty good game against St. E's the other night. Archer was right in that game, John. Just a couple of shots wouldn't fall, and that's a steal by Blessington up and in. Archer with a 3-0 lead with a very opportune offensive rebound on the missed free throw.
Same energy he brought the other night against St. Elizabeth's. He gets a rebound, great opportunity, a little put back there. Bump the lead to 3-0 here for Archmere.
Hawks come in with that record of 8-1. Here's Bromwell, kicks it to Wright. Dylan Wright, one of the coach's sons. They go around the perimeter to Podolak for 3, in and out. Rebound by Khalif Wilson.
Good offensive look by St. Mark's. Again, being patient. Podolak comes off the screen, gets a nice open look.
That pass over Orsini's head and into the student section. And I'm sure they'll let him know about it. Johnson working on here at St. Mark's. They're putting a fitness center in on the one end of the gym. That's some activity on campus here.
Yeah, no. With the enrollment continue to increase here, you know, you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with your facilities, and that's something that St. Mark's has always done.
Davis drives in the middle. There's a traveling violation. It's going to go back to the Hawks.
Tell you, I noticed last time down the floor here, Podolak is face guarding Wilson up tight both ends of the floor. Even in the full court, he just slipped off a little screen there to get himself open. But Podolak is really pressuring Wilson.
Luke Podolak going to get a 5-second call on Wilson. Podolak, a member of the state championship soccer team here at St. Mark's this year.
You always like those soccer players, you know, got great footwork, quick twitch, muscles coming into play there, but did a really nice job to get that 5-second call on Wilson. He's got to be more aware of the closely guarded rule there.
2 minutes in, pass under the Podolak, loses the handle, and is picked up momentarily by Kazicki, but taken by Wright, up and off the rim. No good, and here comes Wilson speeding up. He's got Podolak right on him. St. Mark's has a record of 5-6. They've won 3 straight. They played a fairly challenging preseason schedule. Orsini from 12 feet, a little wide right, picked up by Dylan Wright. Gets it to Luke Podolak. I believe Podolak starting tonight. Bromwell with the 3 off the rim. Loose. Podolak's got it back to Meyer. His shot won't go. Another rebound, this time by Bromwell. Gets it to Meyer, and this is into the corner. Griffin Davis, he knocks it down, and we're tied at 3.
Wright made that extra pass to Griffin to knock down the 3 to tie it up at 3-3 with 5:07 and counting.
Orsini, hounded by Davis, loses the handle. Here comes Bromwell, 1-on-2. Dishes outside to Wright for 3. No good. Podolak tracks it down, but Wilson steals. He's on the run, but he's 1-on-3. He's going to try to take it up. Somebody got a hand on it. It may have been Dylan Wright. And we have a a tied up ball, and it's going to be, or is it a foul? Nope, St. Mark's possession. We're behind the table, John. We can't see the possession arrow. We can barely see the court.
Tough angle there on the one side when we look down to our
We
far
got
right.
great view of this side. So we're tied at 3, 4:36 to go, quarter number 1. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday night. Meyer underneath, and he scores.
Good movement and motion again. This time Bromwell feeds it in to Nathan Myers for an easy little 2-point basket.
Bromwell is got a good 3-point shot. May see a few of those tonight. Here's Orsini over to Blessington. Gets it down to Kazicki. Kazicki has it knocked loose by Meyer. Spartans take over up to Meyer. Tries to get it to Bromwell underneath. Nice pass from Meyer. And Dylan Bromwell scores, and it's a timeout for Archmere.
Bromwell's the younger brother of Lexi Bromwell, who starred at St. Elizabeth's. Had a lot of success there. Headsy play by Dylan there to be able to flash right in, get an easy little bucket. And after taking a 3-0 lead, Coach Nick Santa has seen enough. You know, after seeing 7 straight points by St. Mark's, says, hey, we got to take care of things at both ends, got to defend a little bit better. We saw the other night, Archmere was struggling, giving up a little, one too many offensive rebounds at the defensive end. They had a second chance one of the possessions ago, and they got to make sure in retrospect that they take care of the ball down there on the offensive end as well, making sure that they're making good passes, getting the high percentage shot.
They are not the tallest team in the state, that's for sure. And they're going to have Kazicki, who's probably their tallest player, bring the ball in. Kevin Kazicki is a sophomore. Really stood out in the football field, too, this year for Archmere. He's kind of found himself a home at Archmere. Here, the lefty dribbling up with the right hand, but he gets across center court with the left, gives it off to Ryan Hagenberg. Hagenberg one-on-one with Bromwell, kicks. Orsini fakes, gets himself some space. That one just a bit hard for Johnny Orsini. St. Mark's cleaning up the glass.
Not bad. Good shot fake there. He was drifting a little bit to his left, put a little too much on it, hit the back of the rim.
That pass knocked out of bounds by the Hawks. It'll stay with St. Mark's. So everybody's being patient with me. I'm getting over a cold, so I still sound like I'm holding my nose. I want to go back and listen to this and say, who is that guy?
Imposter.
Fortunately, I only had to do about
brother.
30 interviews while I was sick. So if you listen to any of the podcasts I do for the dialogue, it's going to, who's that guy? Yeah, the imposter is right up, and Podolak had it in lane, just couldn't get it to go, and picked up by the Hawks. Here comes Orsini. He's surrounded by white jerseys, gets it to Hagenberg into the corner. Kazicki trapped. Nice play by Hagenberg to grab that one. They're going to get out to Orsini. Gets around a couple of Spartans, blocked. I believe Bromwell got that one. And here comes St. Mark's. Griffin Davis throws out the elbow, and they got him.
Yeah, smart heads-up play by Hagenberg, getting his feet set, taking the contact.
That's the second foul on Davis. We'll see if Coach Lonnie goes to the bench. Oh, Elijah Robinson was on his way in, John. But no, it's going to be
Griffin.
Number 1, Josh Huffman.
Yeah, Josh Huffman.
Another good shooter for Coach Wright. Stolen by Davis. Tries to pass it to Meyer. He gets it to him, and that's 2 easy points for St. Mark's. They're up 9-3. 9 straight for the Spartans.
If you're Archmere, you got to make sure you're taking care of the ball, get some better passing angles there. Little stutter step trying to get open. They got to make some V cuts, some L cuts, get themselves open in that pressure that St. Mark's is presenting to them.
Blessington tries to get around Davis. Davis has 2 fouls, got to be careful. Nice pass to Orsini for 3. Too hard, rebounded by Bromwell. Here come the Spartans. They're getting a lot of the rebounds tonight, almost all of them.
Yeah, they're limiting St. Mark's to 1 and done. Let's see if St. Mark's can, do a little bit better job on the boards defensively here tonight.
Podolak Off the back rim, taken by Ryan Hagenberg. $1:38 to go here in the first. 9-3 Spartans. Hagenberg dishes to Kozicki. Back to Hagenberg, but he's covered by Dylan Wright. Good job defensively by the Spartans. Wilson finds an open Hagenberg for three. Did not hit the cable on the way up. I thought maybe it caught it, but it did not. Kozicki spins, goes baseline. We have some contact, and I believe a blocking foul has been called. It's tough for us to see. That's probably going to be the third team foul.
Yes,
and Davis gets his third. So he's definitely coming out now. I think he was coming out anyway, but they couldn't get a stoppage of play.
Had Josh Huffman waiting on the bench, and yeah, he tried to take a charge. Real close call again, like you had indicated earlier. We have a tough angle here.
Wilson with his own rebound. Can't get the second one together. First one especially was a nice shot by Khalif Wilson. Here's Bromwell to right. Three-point shot is good for Josh Huffman. Off the bench and into the score sheet.
That's what you want to do. One of the things I liked about St. Mark's is they're moving the ball. They're not putting it on the ground. They don't have a bunch of wasted dribbles, allowing the defense to rotate back into position. So kudos there to St. Mark's on that offensive possession, something they've been doing.
And Hagenberg stops the streak at 12 straight with that mid-range. The points the Hawks desperately needed. Here comes Myers looking for some help. 28 seconds to go. I don't think St. Mark's holds here. If they find a shot, they're taking it. I hear Lonnie yelling, hold it. So maybe I'm wrong. Into the corner. The shot is up by Meyer. Rebounded John Orsini. He's got 10 seconds.
Much better job by Archmere there, boxing out.
Kozicki for three. Rebounded by Meyer. He's going to put it up from beyond half court. Off the rim. Nate Meyer close, but no guitar, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. 12 straight for the Spartans. They lead 12-5. We'll take 30 seconds. We're back right after this.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
All right, back here at St. Mark's High School. Mike Lang, John Kolesian, Jason Winchell, Craig Liskowski on the camera. I want to thank the athletic director here at St. Mark's, Dan Swayze, for this is kind of a last-minute thing for us to come in this week, and Dan was very accommodating. So thank you, Dan.
Always good to come to St. Mark's. I have some really good memories. When I was back in school working on my master's degree, I came here for 3 years. Had a chance to work with Coach Sibley and Bill Harmon for 2 years, and then my last year I worked with Coach Fiorelli. So,
did you stay away from the nuns?
I did my best.
All righty, Hawks down 7. Nice move by Wilson. He gets around Podolak, and a blocking foul called on, I believe that is on Huffman. It's going to be his first. Team first. We should mention, by the way, they remembered Matt Smith for the also father Joe McLaughlin from Archmere, the Northern Team Priest. The guy was synonymous with Archmere. He's there for 50-plus years. He died a couple weeks ago, so condolences out to the Archmere community as well as the St. Mark's community. First shot up and good for Wilson. His first point of the game.
So if you're St. Mark's, you want to continue to do what you've been doing. Move the ball. Don't have wasted dribbles. You know, make sure you're attacking the gaps, rebounding, getting some offensive rebounds that you can. If you're Archmere, you want to take some better shots. Don't just rely on the three-pointers, especially if they're not falling. And that's the same thing that kind of occurred the other night. You get teams that kept shooting, both St. Elizabeth's and Archmere, and The threes weren't dropping for them.
When Bromwell went into the lane, there were 3 Hawks there, and he ended up traveling. Checking in for St. Mark's, it's going to be Elijah Robinson for Luke Podolak. Robinson wearing number 23.
So it looks like Robinson is going to do the same thing Podolak. As you can see, he's face guarding Wilson. You know, they're going to try and limit Wilson's touches, kind of wear him out with maybe multiple defenders. I've seen coaches do this, and they'll run 3 or 4 different players at them so the other players can remain fresh. And
I think they called a foul on that shot by Hagenberg. Fouls on Bromwell. Yeah, Khalif Wilson making an impact as a freshman already. The word's getting around. You know, it doesn't take long anymore. Hagenberg will shoot a pair here. Archmere down just 5 after they trailed 12-3 at one point. Got Coach Nick Santa right here to our left. Nick had a lot of good years in this building.
yeah, I mean,
On the other bench.
a real cerebral coach, studies the game, knows the game, has earned the respect from his peers over the years, and just a great basketball mind.
Robinson's pass, looking for Huffman, is out of bounds. A turnover, and Archmere the chance to cut it to 1 or to tie right here.
It's a good response, and I'll be interested to see how Archmere plays this out. Robinson now is going on Orsini, anticipating he might be their second offensive threat. I believe both he and Wilson are 1-2 in leading scorers for the Hawks.
Cliff Wilson getting a break. I believe Blaise Bastion Pastor is checked in for Archmere. I'm looking for him down there. Number 11, Mark Mervine, is on the floor. And Bastion Pastor also out there. So
he's in for Blessington, if I'm not mistaken.
So Mark Mervine, number 11, checks in for Khalif Wilson. Robinson gets it up to Huffman, getting into the corner. Wide open is Bromwell. He puts it up, in and out. Hagenberg, maybe the shortest guy out there, gets the rebound. Goes up around 3 or 4 Spartans to Bastion Pastor for 3.
Bastion Pasteur got a good look, had his feet set, good mechanics, good follow through.
A quick rest for Blessington, and Wilson just about over. Another rebound for the Hawks. This time it's Mervine.
Yeah, we talked about it the other night where Archmere was giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. I'm sure that was an area where they were, going to be focusing on yesterday in practice.
Nice dish by Kazicki. Mark Mervine with 2 points there, and Archmere all of a sudden, John, 14-12. They scored 11 straight points now.
Kevin Kazicki has such great court vision. He's always looking to get that great shot and makes that little dish down into the paint. And Archmere takes a 14-12 lead, 6-2 to go here in the second quarter.
Archmere girls played earlier this afternoon at Concord, and they came away with the win. It was a win.
Okay, was it close?
It was 37-26. Archmere in control, but John, one of those quarters that you would, as a coach, probably have gone through. The second quarter ended up 3-2.
Okay, I don't remember ever 3-2
Nothing
for us.
was falling.
Nah, maybe my early days at Conrad.
Nothing was falling in that second, but Archmere got some points late from Bridget Malloy.
Another really solid coach on the girls' side, Coach Pisani over at Archmere. He was at Apo prior to that, now at Archmere, just doing a great job. Great defensive mind. He's putting things together, had the Archmere team in the top 10 this year.
Concord's 10-3, the girls are, and their leading scorer was Angelina Gabrish with 10. And that name is familiar. Luke Gabrish was a fantastic baseball and basketball player for the Raiders. Into the corner to Robinson, goes baseline, kicks it out. And St. Mark's going to try to set up a perimeter again. Right, hounded by Bastion Pastor and Coach Santa on the other side. Let's start over again here. 5:30 to go in the first half. Archmere some tight defense here. Robinson can't find an opening. underneath the mire. He's trapped and gets it back out. Robinson finally takes the three off the back rim. Rebounded by Johnny Orsini.
I tell you what I'm seeing with Archmere's defense here tonight compared to when they were playing St. Elizabeth the other night. They're doing a great job of closing out, putting ball pressure. That last shot, they were a little slow and Robinson ended up getting an open look.
Robinson nearly loses the handle. It took St. Mark's a while to find that opening, though, John. There's a lot of passing in that one. Where they do pass the ball quickly, St. Mark's.
Wilson's got to do a better job there when they had the baseline skip pass. He's got to drop and close out a little bit. He had his body contorted away that you don't want to have it. He's got to drop quicker, get his hands up in the passing lane.
From the corner for three, it's Josh Huffman. His second three ball of the night. And St. Mark's ends an 11-0 underscoring run.
See what Archmere does here offensively. They get it in the post, go a little inside out.
Mervine looking for Wilson. Nice save by Khalif. Quick shot from the corner for Blessington. Too much on that one. St. Mark's students being their usual kind and gentle selves. Wilson trapped. He's in some trouble. Nice pass to Mervine. Blessington tries again. I'm sorry, it's Bastion Pasteur with the bucket. And he turned and let the students know he made that one. But a nice comeback there by Nate Meyer. He's got 6 tonight.
Archmere's got to do a better job of getting back and slowing that down a little bit. Gave up a little bit easy basket. St. Mark's been making them work.
There's a steal by Huffman, one-on-one with Orsini. Tries to get around and puts up a runner. Hangs on the rim and falls out. Back to Dylan Wright. Good defense there by Huffman. Bromwell cutting. Can't get it to go. We have a foul, I believe, underneath.
Bromwell's going to go to the foul line. Way to battle. He had a nice flash in the lane. Missed the easy little basket. Got his own rebound, hustling. Looking to put it back, end up getting fouled. Are they calling that on the floor, or is he shooting?
No, he's on the floor. Podolak back in for St. Mark's. So he's facing off with Blaze Bastion Pasteur. A couple smiles out there. These guys, I'm sure they know each other well. .308 to go in the first half. We're tied at 17. It's been a fun one. That almost goes in. Kazicki comes back in and gets a rebound.
That's about the 4th three-pointer that's rattled in and out.
Kazicki end to end. That's his first bucket of the night. I'm sure his sister Michelle is very happy about that one.
I compared him to Chris Mullen. That was a Chris Mullen-esque finish.
It was. It's a Michelle Kazicki-esque finish.
Michelle did it right-handed. Kevin says.
That's true. He's a lefty like Mullen. Orsini's 3-ball too long. Myers got it. Hands it off to Dylan Wright. Ahead to Podolak. Nice scoop by Luke Podolak. Just came in on a bad angle. We have a whistle, though. I believe it's a foul on the Aux. It's going to be on Bastion Pasteur.
Yeah, St. Mark's, again, this is about their second or third defensive transition. They're not getting back in time and allowing St. Mark's to beat them down in transition. They got to do a better job. One, if anything, get ball pressure in the backcourt if you are doing that. Two, we got to sprint back and clog the lane and keep them out. And also what we would teach is protect the corners. Don't allow a corner three. Don't allow any easy baskets in the paint.
So Bromwell now with 3 points. Leading scorers for St. Mark's, Meyer and Huffman each with 6.
Blaze Bastion Pasteur has knocked down 2 threes. Be interested to see if they run a little set for him. Maybe look to go back to him, you know, feed that hot hand.
They go underneath to Aaron Thomas, who snuck in when we weren't looking. Ball's off of Thomas, I believe. That's going to be Archmere basketball.
Yeah, again, Kevin Kazicki trying to thread the needle in there. His vision, his court vision is very, very good.
Kazicki looking for somebody. He's got Orsini in the backcourt. And the Aux will set it up.
Got a set being called here for Archmere.
They lead St. Mark's by 1. Kazicki with Dylan Wright on him. Gets it into Thomas. Back to Kazicki. Kevin trying to drive the baseline. He gets it to, is that Bastian Pastor again?
That is. Feed the hot hand.
That's a 2-ball. It was close. He's got 8 points in the quarter.
Assisted by Kevin Kazicki.
That's correct. Bromwell drives, kicks. The shot up by Huffman. Rebounded by Thomas. Aaron Thomas putting in the work.
Thomas was off balance, flipped the ball over to Kazicki, make sure he didn't get a travel, and
oh, he had Thomas looking for him, but he put a little too much on that one. Over there toward the cheerleaders, Ryan Hagenberg is going to check in. Johnny Orsini is going to get a break. Hagenberg has 4 points tonight. He just does so much for that team. I just love watching him play. Near steal by Kazicki. Wright gets around him, tries to pass, and Kazicki was there for the steal. Pass to Thomas up ahead, loses the handle.
I like the idea Kevin has. Just not 100% sure. Had a little bit of top spin on it, and unfortunately Thomas couldn't handle it, but, you know, good idea. Let's just make sure we deliver it, right? Just like the old News Journal, right? I'm sure you and I and Jason all used to deliver the News Journal every day right after school, right? The evening news or evening edition.
We have a foul. It was 50 seconds ago here in the first half. It's only the third team foul on Archmere. It's on Hagenberg, his first. So they still have a foul to give. St. Mark's with 2 team fouls. Looks like Blessington's not going to get in. Bromwell with the 16-footer. Nice shot, Dylan Bromwell.
Nice little inbounds play again. You always got to be aware of the inbounder coming back in after they pass it. It didn't look like Archmere did a very good job there. Gave him an easy look.
Was fouled on the way up. That pass from Thomas, he was barely over the mid-court line when he caught it, but barely over counts.
Hagenberg again, that's what Coach Nick Santa wants from his team. Let's attack the basket, either get the basket or get fouled. Hey, and if we can do both, get a 3-point play, that's even better.
First one's up and good. Foul was on Dylan Wright, his first, team's third. Blessington and Mervine in for Archmere, for Thomas and I believe Bastian Pastor. Hagenberg 2 for 2, 4 for 4 on the night. Archmere 7 for 8 from the line tonight. 27 seconds to go in half number 1. Here from St. Mark's.
You had mentioned earlier, will St. Mark's play for the last shot, or will they give Archmere an opportunity at an offensive possession?
Just from my experience watching them, if they have an open look, they're going to take it. Dylan Bromwell off the glass, and he does take it. 4 seconds. I had a little bit of time, but that half-court heave, three-quarter court heave is not going to go. So Archmere comes back from the early deficit. They lead 23-22 at half. John, it's a fun game.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I think Archmere's playing more like, you know, if you've seen them play, which I have a few times this year, you know, they're being and doing the things that Coach Nick Santa wants them to do. St. Mark's, I saw him play earlier this year against Conrad, and one of the things that I think they were doing in the first quarter that they kind of stopped doing is moving the ball a little bit. You know, and, you know, what you look at is you look at Archmere's defense. We talked about defensive pressure, good initial pressure. We also talked about the closeouts from Archmere. So they've kind of, you know, taken St. Mark's out of their comfort zone a little bit. You know, looking forward to a very good, interesting and intense second half.
All right, we're going to go pay some bills. Join us in 10 minutes for half number 2 here on 302 Sports.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Matt's Fish Camp has 3 locations, all conveniently located on Route 1 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island. Matt serves fresh seafood, coastal classics, and Sussex County comfort food. With an array of camp cocktails, craft ales, and a carefully selected wine list, there's something for everyone on the menu. Matt's is the place you can bring your family for dinner, grab lunch during the week, or hang with friends at happy hour. Each location offers unique outdoor dining and a raw bar featuring fresh, local oysters. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Stop into Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Bethany, or Fenwick.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
The Clubhouse at Baywood is a full-service restaurant and premier wedding and event venue in coastal Delaware. Located just a few miles from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, this all-inclusive venue features breathtaking views, stunning indoor and outdoor spaces, and a team of professionals to help you plan your dream wedding. From our in-house florist to our award-winning culinary team, we will take care of everything, making sure your day will be one to remember. Reach out today to schedule your tour at Baywood.
From Fenwick Island to Middletown, Surf Bagel is your go-to spot for fresh baked bagels and good vibes. We're open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., serving up breakfast and lunch favorites like our specialty wraps, made-to-order salads, tasty smoothies, and locally roasted coffee. Be sure to check out our iconic merch, the perfect way to wear the beach life wherever you go. Dine in and enjoy the beach atmosphere or grab your order to go and hit the road. We're stoked to serve you soon.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
I think I've always known he was going to do something. He did not want to do active duty because he wants to do college first. I think that was the biggest thing for him, instead of waiting and then doing college after.
One of the differences I noticed when he came back from basic training, he was more organized in how he's going about things a little bit. I know he commented that a lot of things his classmates would do that it didn't bother him before, but now he realizes, you know, because he's been outside of high school, I think maybe he's a little more responsible.
He's thinking about his future a lot more. He talks about it and the different possibilities. And he mentioned the ROTC program as well. And he said, you know, I could graduate as an officer. And so I was kind of excited when he mentioned that he could do that as well.
I would just tell people, you know, if their son or daughter was considering the National Guard, that I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's something that can really help somebody grow. And at the same time, you're serving your country, which is a great thing too. So I think it's a good opportunity.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions.
All right, welcome back inside 302 Sports here at St. Mark's High School. 23-22 Archmere at the half. Look at the scores. Ryan Hagenberg with 6 points for Archmere. Blaze Bastian-Pastor with 8 all in the second quarter. 2 points each for Kazicki, Blessington, and Mervine, and 1 point for Johnny Orsini. For St. Mark's, it's 7 for Dylan Bromwell, 6 each for Meyer and Huffman, and 3 for Griffin Davis, who also has 3 fouls. I believe he's the only player with more than 1 foul, so that's Davis is out there, so we'll keep an eye on that. We are underway in the second half.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see. We were talking the other night about, I believe it was the Sanford girls and Smyrna game, but we were talking about allowing players to play with 2 fouls in the second quarter, 3 fouls in the third. Coach Wright has determined that, he can trust Davis out there not to pick up a 4th foul.
Johnny Orsini kind of forces that one up, and it goes in because he's that athletic.
Yeah, Archmere being a little patient in offense there, taking a good 30, 35 seconds off the clock and getting the basket.
Zach Deadweiler starts the second half for St. Mark's. He misses on his first shot, rebounded by Hagenberg. Gets the ball back, finds Khalif Wilson Jr. Pass underneath to Kazicki. I think Kevin made too many moves under there.
Yeah, he held the ball out, exposed it to the defense, and they were able to get it away from him.
Bromwell drives baseline. Nice move, Dylan Bromwell. He's going to go to the line for 2. I'm sure he'd rather have gotten that layup to go in. But a nice move. Fouls on Ryan Hagenberg, his second, team first. But Bromwell will go to the line for 2. My nose stuffed up at halftime, John, so I sound even more nasally. I can't pop any more Sudafed. I think the maximum has been allowed by law. First one's up and good.
Good stroke by Bromwell, knocking down the first of 2 foul shots here. St. Mark's only has 2 in, and to box out the 2, and they no need to worry about that. Bromwell made both.
Bromwell 3 of 4 from the line tonight. St. Mark's cuts the deficit to 1. Archmere will, like you said, John showed the patience here, work the ball around, or CD into the key. Gets to Wilson. CD thought about that corner jumper. He's going to drive in, puts the ball up and off the rim. Rebound off of Wright, picked up by Nate Meyer. Here's Bromwell again. Sees the double team and kicks it back out. Taking it to Zach Deadweiler, son of Ricky Deadweiler, the former UD player. Up top to Meyer, whipping around the horn. Davis misses on the 3. Picked up by Orsini.
Let's see, Archmere last offensive possession down. I thought they did a fairly decent job of attacking the gaps, getting in, trying to get a little inside out. Let's see what they do here.
Blessington kicks out to, I'm not sure who that was, Orsini. Archmere with the offensive rebound. Kazicki throws up with the left hand. Won't go. Deadweiler takes it across midcourt into the corner. Bromwell for 3. Offensive rebound by Nate Meyer. He draws baseline. Finds Davis. Nice movement around the perimeter here. Bromwell tripped. I believe Kazicki got him. It is on Kevin Kazicki.
And that's what worked for St. Mark's early in the first half. They were moving the ball around, getting good looks right there. Good ball movement once again. By doing that, you're forcing the defense to move a lot faster. And sometimes you don't necessarily get the closeouts. And Archmere did not do a very good job of closing out and ended up tripping the St. Mark's player.
Myers 3 is off to Mark Davis. Dribbles it off of the foot of Kazicki. It'll stay with St. Mark's.
And that's the second offensive rebound for St. Mark's here in the second half. Something, if you're Coach Nick Santa, you want to nip it now. Make sure that we're making contact. Boxing out all 5 guys.
Deadweiler misses on that one. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Auks basketball. Blaze Bastion Pastor trying to check in to get him in time. Hagenberg's going to come out. Bastion Pastor with 8 points in the second quarter.
All from the perimeter. 2 threes and 1 2-point shot that was out there at about 19-9.
Here's Wilson. He's been kind of quiet tonight offensively. And a steal for St. Mark's up ahead to Davis. One-on-one with Bastion Pastor. Nice move. Blaze Bastion Pastor gets a hand on it. It goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with St. Mark's, but he interrupted the flow there for the Spartans.
Yeah, Wilson passed the ball to the left side of the court and kind of just stood there, gave Deadweiler an opportunity to step into the passing lane and get that steal. You want to make some sort of movement, not just stand there. You know, maybe if they're running a little pass, cut, fill, motion, offense, pass, screen away.
So Archmere with the third team foul here, 4:22 to go in the third quarter. That one was on Blessington, his first. Griffin Davis goes in, throws up a floater, just not enough on it. Archmere comes away with the rebound. Here comes Bastion Pastor. Gives it to Orsini Kozicki. Archmere trying to find an opening somewhere. St. Mark's looks like they're in a zone defense here. Wilson spins around, loses the handle. Coach Santa wants a foul, not going to get one. Right with the runner. That one's too hard. Kozicki with the rebound, passes up ahead, looking for Wilson. Nice catch. Orsini drives into the lane, loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to be St. Mark's basketball. So a little bit of helter-skelter basketball here.
Yeah, nobody can seem to, buy a basket here right now.
2 points for each team here in the third quarter. And St. Mark's looking for their first field goal of the half. Davis gets around one defender, puts up the shorty, gets his own rebound off glass, and good.
Yeah, I was going to say that earlier. Davis, last offensive possession, went in, got a nice high percentage shot, just didn't fall for him. He gets up pretty high, finishes there on that one.
St. Mark's back on top, 26-25 here. 2:55 to go in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday night before the snow comes. Wilson trapped. They've got a foul on Podolak. So he kind of bails out the Hawks there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give St. Mark's credit. They have limited Wilson to only 2 points thus far tonight, two in the second quarter.
Free throws.
And they're really putting pressure on him. Doing a good job. We'll see if frustration sets in or he can overcome that and, be a distributor sometimes. Sometimes when either you're not shooting too well or in this case, they're running a couple different defenders at him in the first half. They were doing a lot of face guarding.
So Coach Santa's got a couple of guys ready to come in. He's looking for the right mix. Another offensive rebound for St. Mark's. Bromwell with the three. He's got it. So St. Mark's takes advantage of the offensive board there. Bromwell nails the three. He's got 12 for the night. Timeout, Archmere. 2:07 to go. Spartans on top, 29-25. Their biggest lead since the first quarter when it was 12-3.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Archmere, we got to stop giving up. I believe they have 3 offensive rebounds here in the third quarter, which is one too many, especially when you're moving the ball around. And in this case, Bromwell ends up knocking down the 3 on you and gives his little, I guess it's the shark. They didn't do that back when I played, Mike. Every time these kids nowadays have some sort of little, sign that they're giving after they make shots. As I mentioned it the other night, I'd like to see, players be a little bit more humble and, keep playing. You want to celebrate after the game, after you take care of business. But celebrating after each shot as a coach, Not one of my favorite things.
If I made a shot, the look was surprised.
Well, that we would, and we would let you do like the Dougie or go a little old school with
it would be legitimate
MC
too.
Hammer.
It would be legitimate if I made a shot. I'd be like, wow, really? Orsini Wilson loses the handle, stolen by Wright. He's got it to Bromwell. And St. Mark's going to pull up and work it around. Which is underneath. Nice pass to Meyer. Give that assist to Dylan Wright.
Yeah, good vision.
St. Mark's, I believe,
Wright
8
there.
straight now, if I'm not mistaken. At least 7 straight. And a minute and a half to go here in the third.
The last 2 possessions are really trying to get the ball in Wilson's hands.
And we have a foul on Meyer. That's not going to make the coach happy. That's his first. Team second. Xavier Tapper checks in for the first time tonight for St. Mark's. At the end of this game, John and I are going to present the player of the game with the Army National Guard 302 DE 302 Sports Chain. We'll try to get the young man over here for a minute or so.
Again, they get the ball in Wilson's hands. They ran a second defender at him that time. Wilson fumbled the ball a little bit. Again, if you're Wilson, don't let the frustration set in. Stay focused. He's young. He hasn't been in high school games a ton, but quite the player. Let's see how he continues to handle this face guarding, up-in-your-face pressure.
Orsini into the middle. Foul. He sits on the floor. I think it was it is on Dylan Wright, his second. Team third, and it was on the floor, so Archmere inbound under the hoop.
See what kind of baseline out of bounds Archmere has here.
And Orsini spins around, rebound there by Mervine, but they can't get the follow-up to go. Rebound by Tapper.
Yeah, Mervine gets a nice little rebound there, gets it to Orsini. Orsini takes that extra dribble, allowed the defender to get on him and contest his shot a little bit better, made it a harder shot.
Bromwell's got Wilson all over him, and they call Khalif Wilson with the foul. Team's fourth, his first. Team third, I have 4, but I think it's 4. Won't really matter. We're at the last 30 seconds, so it may matter. Who knows? St. Mark's leads by 6. They've held Archmere to 2 points in this quarter.
Again, does St. Mark's play for the last shot, which it kind of looks like they're going to. Again, if you get a high percentage, let's take it.
Davis has it stripped by Hagenberg, goes out of bounds. Or is there a foul call?
A little late there. Good idea. I like how he came to a complete stop.
Ryan Hagenberg on the foul.
Davis got Hagenberg up in the air, gets to go to the charity stripe for 2.
Archmere just 2 points in this quarter.
So one of the things that I'm going to say going into the fourth quarter, if you're Archmere, let's not all try and get it back at once with a bunch of 3-pointers. Take your time, be methodical, play for that high percentage shot. St. Mark's, keep doing what you're doing. Doing a great job of keeping Wilson quiet.
Hagenberg's going to take it up the middle. He's got time, puts up a 15-footer off the rim, and that's the end of the third quarter. St. Mark's kind of dominated, John, only outscored them 7-2, but they do lead by 6 as we head into the fourth quarter, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this on 302 Sports. All right, we're back here at St. Mark's. It was 9-2 in that quarter, not 7. I missed, and my apologies to Griffin Davis. I missed one of his field goals. So Davis with 7 tonight. 5 points for Bromwell in that quarter. He's got 12 on the game and 8 for Nate Meyer. The only bucket for Archmere was a field goal for John Orsini. They have 25, so St. Mark's leads 31-25. Driving in, I believe that was Brolin Bromwell.
Yeah, again, you lose sight of the inbounder on that one.
A pass.
Good
Too
idea
much for Mervine.
by Kevin Kazicki, just put a little bit too much on it.
So it's the 8-point lead here for St. Mark's. My scorebook's a little messed up here. I'm going to recalibrate. That bothers me when my scorebook's messed up. Almost stolen by Kazicki, right? 17-footer, a little short. Rebound loose. It's stripped there by Kazicki. And here come the Hawks.
Kevin had a good idea last time he came down, but he had the opposite hand up. You always want to get the hand that's closer to the ball. Up, thumb down to the ground.
Hagenberg for 3. Off the front rim. Rebound Kazicki. Taken by Bromwell, however. And here come the Spartans. They lead by 8, 7 minutes to go. Fourth quarter action. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday night.
Again, St. Mark's doing a really good job here beginning of the fourth quarter, moving the ball, being patient.
Podolak finds the lane, can't finish. Wright's got it, and he's fouled. I don't know who got him.
Wilson.
It's going to be Khalif Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson had his hands wrapped around him a little bit there.
Just the second foul, team first.
See what kind of baseline out of bounds play St. Mark's has here. Maybe a screen to screener. Right to the corner again.
Bromwell finds an opening, throws in the finger roll. Hagenberg block, gets his own shot back. Dylan Wright gets the block on there. The foul's going to be on Davis's 4th. Team first. No, Blessing did, pardon me, back in for Archmere. Oh, man. Elijah Robinson in for the Spartans.
St. Mark's has their own opportunity for a baseline out of bounds play here.
Biggest lead of the night for the Spartans in 10. Orsini drives, 12-footer, good. John Orsini.
That's what you want if you're St. Mark's. Let's get in the paint, get those higher percentage shots, and kind of, whittle your way back into this game and get a little closer than 8 points.
Robinson dribbles it in. Can't get it to go. Rebound Orsini. He takes it away from Podolak. We have a foul. I believe Luke Podolak.
Yeah, a little frustration foul. He had him tied up. Was hoping for a jump ball by Podolak. And then he just reached around and ended up picking up the foul.
Timeout for St. Mark's, the 30-second timeout. I'm going to take a look at the scorebook again real quick.
Got 6:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. St. Mark's leading 35-27. Timeout by St. Mark's. Archmere has the ball. They'll be inbounding, trailing by 8.
All right, we're all good now. I gave Griffin Davis 2 points in the second quarter. He apparently did not score.
St. Mark's looks like they're picking up full court here.
Well, Archmere had some problems with that in the first quarter. They only scored 5 points in the first with that full court press. 18 points in the second quarter for Archmere. They need to find some of that offense.
Had looked like an extended 2-3 zone. Now they almost look like they're in a diamond and one against Wilson.
Kazicki picks up the loose ball. His shot won't go. Archmere shot's just not falling. Wilson, step back three. Loose ball taken by Nate Meyer. Here come the Spartans. So Archer had chances. He couldn't get the shots to fall. Sounds similar to the other night. That ball kicked by one of the Spartans, but they get it. Bromwell for three. Nice rebound there by Eli Robinson.
It's that dreaded offensive rebound. You got to box out, put a body on those guys. Don't give up the easy shot. Kudos to Thomas to grab the offensive board. Be quick, putting it right back up and in.
Wilson leaves it short, gets his own rebound. He's going to go up against Bromwell and scores.
It's his third and fourth point of the game, if I'm not mistaken, Mike.
That's correct.
Foul shots were earlier.
First field
so let's
goal,
see if Wilson can get hot here as we come down the last 4:44 left in the game. St. Mark's trailing by 8.
Podolak back to Robinson. He's going to give it out to Dillon. They're up 8 points, so they want to see that patience if you're Coach Lonnie Wright. And for Dillon Wright, it could be a long ride home if he's not patient here. They work the ball around to be able to do that this year, next year, and then we'll have the shot clock here in Delaware. Into the corner to Podolak. He's going to just bring it right out. Blessing trying to trap Meyer. When Meyer gets loose, gets a shot. Picked up by Wilson, stays in bounds. Dishes to Orsini, and it's up and in, and a foul.
Such a
John
smart
Orsini.
play by Wilson. Ball almost going out of bounds. Use the proper hand. Keep the ball in bounds. Orsini sprinting the floor, filling the right lane. And Khalif finds him for an N1 opportunity to cut it to possibly a 5-point game.
Deadweiler in for Podolak. Hagenberg for Bastion Pasteur. So Archmere cuts it to 6. A chance to knock it down to 5 here with 3:51 to go.
Let's
if
see
they get Wilson and Orsini get that offense going, that could be a dangerous last 4 minutes.
Yeah, let's see if Archmere maybe presses here off of a make or even a miss, or they're going to come back and just pick up in half court.
Foul on Wilson. That's going to be his third.
That half-court man by Archmere has been pretty effective here, but I think sooner or later they're going to have to look to extend the pressure into the backcourt with a zone or man. In all likelihood, you're going to look at a man-to-man press.
St. Mark's looking for their 4th straight win tonight. Right into the middle, underneath. Too far underneath, it turns out. St. Mark's another offensive board and a foul on the Hawks, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was on Blessington. Yes, it was. A little frustration foul down inside.
Podolak back for Robinson. So it's been a fun game, a little on the low-scoring side tonight. Deadweiler, the runner, leaves a little short. There's Ryan Hagenberg up to Orsini. Johnny Orsini trying to get around Meyer, spins, puts off glass, and good for Orsini.
Cuts to a 4-point game. Coach Nick Santa calls a timeout. Wants to make sure the next couple possessions his team's in play. Let's see. St. Mark's comes out, sets up a nice little set play. Something they've been doing fairly well, especially when they're inbounding the ball, but they are inbounding the ball in the backcourt. Earlier at the end, or at the beginning of the fourth quarter, they inbounded half court, and Archmere lost the inbounder and had an easy opportunity for a 2-point basket. Nice little chess match here by both teams.
Good crowd on hand here tonight.
St. Mark's student section's a little quiet here tonight. I remember in years past that whole section would be packed there. I remember some of the St. Mark's boys games, especially when they would play Sally's. I always remember they were on Friday nights. There was usually one in I think like late January, early February, and then one.
Glad you mentioned that. We will be here February 6th. Salesianum at St. Mark's on 302 Sports. And it will be crowded because they can't use those end bleachers right now. Trap. Davis loses it out of bounds. It's going to stay with St. Mark's, much to the chagrin of the Archmere coaching staff.
And this is your Archmere full court man pressure.
I hear a lot of Lonnie Wright in my right ear. There's a hold by Hagenberg, no call. They get it into Dylan Wright. Mervine on him. It's a little 11-on-11 violence there. Into the corner to Bromwell. Gets around a defender. Too far underneath, but he's fouled. He'll shoot two. I believe the foul's going to be on Mervine. Mark Mervine, second foul. Team's fourth. St. Mark's will be shooting from here on out. I think that's Bromwell. Oh, he's down right now. That's why he's not shooting. So I think they lifted him up in time where he can stay in the game.
Yeah, trainers or the coaches didn't come out on the court. If they come out on the court, you want to keep them in the game, you got to call a timeout. Use one of your timeouts. But he was able to get back up to his feet.
First one is off the rim. 16 points tonight for Dylan Bromwell.
Kozicki's back in for Mervine.
Just a 4-point game, 2:52 to go here. Five-point game. 17th point for Dylan Bromwell. Here on Tom Rosa Court. Didn't see Tom tonight, but he's here a lot.
Xavier Tapper is in the game, number 25 for St. Mark's, just checked in.
There goes Orsini. Got the shot off over Davis. Archmere gets the loose ball, maybe. I think it went out of bounds. It's going to go to Archmere. I couldn't see much of that, John, so I don't know exactly what happened.
So one of the things you want to be careful about there, Dylan Wright saving the ball right near, wasn't necessarily under the opponent's basket. If you want to save that ball, try to save it out beyond the three, maybe even closer to half court. They almost put the ball right back in Archmere's hand. They would have had a little 2-on-1 there, but fortunately the ball ended up going out of bounds.
He's got Wright all over him, kicks it out to Blessington. Blessington to Kozicki. Loses the handle, but no, he kicks the pass out. That ball's loose, picked up by Tapper. Nearly stolen by Wilson, and we got bodies everywhere. Archer doesn't get the ball. Orsini a long three. Wilson gets to the rebound. He's going to put up a three ball, and that's good. Khalif Wilson.
Cuts it to two. You gotta know where Khalif is. He's starting to warm up.
A timeout, St. Mark's. That his body's everywhere on that. You were waiting for a whistle.
Yeah, Blessington hustles in there, grabs the ball, feeds it out to Orsini for a deep three that hit hard off the basket. And again, we talked about offensive rebounds. Archmere ends up getting one of their own this time, and Khalif Wilson knocks down the three to cut it to a 2-point game with 1:53 to go.
We noticed the other night, St. Elizabeth's got a lot of rebounds against Archmere, but usually the Hawks are right in there. They got good positioning. They know what they're doing. They're going to be the shorter team almost every time they go out there, but they stay right in there.
Yeah, but I mean, if you box out, and for the most part, they've done a very good job boxing out tonight. There were some spurts here and there where St. Mark's gathered in some offensive rebounds. Let's see if Archmere, can take care of the boards there on the defensive end. And, it's going to be a great finish here with 1:53 to go.
Coach Wright taking every second of that timeout. Gets his guys out there.
Bromwell's back in.
What was the score?
They have their starters back in. All five starters for the Spartans.
John, a win tonight for the #1 team, Dover. A big win over Milford. Milford was here a couple weeks ago. There's Meyer gets loose, and that's a big bucket for St. Mark's.
Yeah, a tad bit too early. Good execution by St. Mark's.
Hawks rush it up. Orsini thought about a three. Kicks it to Hagenberg. Kazicki drives in off the glass. Nice play for Chris Mullen. Kazicki.
Contorted his body. Kissed it off the glass there. Good body control.
Davis bumped by Hagenberg. I believe that's going to be number 4 on Ryan Hagenberg. It's going to be 2 shots here for Griffin Davis.
I got to commend the officials tonight. I wish I knew each of their names. I don't. Didn't even notice they were here tonight. Right?
No,
Done such a great job.
They've let them go for the most part tonight.
Well, I mean, they've called it like it should be called. And, very well officiated game. And we've got a very close game here, so it should be interesting down here. Now 3-point game, 41-38 lead for the Spartans. 1:20 to go.
Glad we decided to do this game. It's been close throughout. I think 10 points was the biggest lead all night. Archmere came roaring back after they fell down by 10. 1 for 2 for Davis. He's got 6 tonight. Hagenberg spins. Leaves it a bit short. Nick Santa's in my way, but Archmere's got the ball. They're going to call foul on the Hawks.
Is that on Hagenberg? Is that his 5th?
Let's see.
It's either Hagenberg or Kazicki.
That is on Ryan Hagenberg. Unfortunately, my friend Ryan is done for the evening. Ryan had 6 points tonight. 4 for 4 from the line. Kid, he's got more heart than anybody, that Ryan Hagenberg. Bastion Pastor.
Here's a little nickname for you, since we're throwing out some names tonight, some nicknames. Charlie Hustle. We will give him the Charlie Hustle Award for tonight.
Ryan's a heck of an athlete. He had a great season for the Hawks football team this year. And then he is one of the nicest kids you will get to know ever. All right, so they wiped out that first free throw. Bastion Pastor was walking out into the court. So Davis at the line makes the first one.
Yeah, it's good, Mike. With you working for the Dialogue, you get an opportunity to get to meet some of these kids and coaches a little bit more in the Catholic Conference. Great service that you do for those programs and for the Dialogue.
Spent the day at IHM today with a bunch of nuns and some priests. I feel holy. Bastion Pastor. This one won't go. Rebounded by the Spartans.
A little rush there by Bastion Pastor. Got to get his feet set. He kind of had some happy feet on that.
It's a 5-point lead with 45 seconds to go. The foul's on Wilson, his 4th.
Early on in the first half, when he made his 3 perimeter shots, he had his feet set. We always talk to our players about, be set, do all the work ahead of time. There he was a little bit rushed, a little sped up. Just missed it, too.
I have the feeling that Coach Santa's going to ask us not to do any more of their games.
That could certainly be the case.
I had one coach ask me not to come to his games one time. It was Eddie Sobosinski from Hodgson.
Okay, I thought you were going to say it was me.
No, it was not you.
We always liked having you guys there. Here we go.
Well, Conrad's one of my favorite places to watch the game. Here we go back to this game here. Loose ball in midcourt taken by Podolak, but stolen by Wilson. Into the corner. 3-ball misses, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Bastion Pastor. So while they're walking down court, I went to watch Hodgson when Eddie was coaching. Wherever I went to see him, they lost. Then they won like 13 straight games. They played at Sanford. So I said, I'm going to go watch this team. They lost at Sanford. And Eddie came up to me after the game and said, don't come to any more of my games.
I actually saw him. If you haven't had a chance to get a burger or a pizza or a cheesesteak, my favorite's cheesesteak, up at Nick's Pizza. A little shout out. Maybe we can get them as one of our sponsors.
That would be awesome.
Some darn good food. We'll have to talk to Nick and the Gavadas and see if they can join the 302 Sports.
It's all of our necks of the woods right there in North Wilmington. 2 for 2 in St. Mark's. Looks like they're going to survive the Hawks. It's a 9-point lead. We have a whistle. I believe we have double tech. We're Seedy and Wright. Wow, this is unnecessary. No shots. So for Seedy, that's, I think, his first personal for Dylan Wright. It'll be his third personal. No need to shoot free throws here.
Double tech offsetting. They go to change of possession usually.
I know it's a frustrating night for the Hawks. They had the lead for much of the game. And St. Mark's has got those rebounds and made shots when they had to. We got some work to do, John. We got to pick a player of the game. Wilson for long three. Loose picked up by Meyer. And it looks like they're just going to dribble it out. St. Mark's will improve to 6-6. With the win. 4th straight win for the Spartans. Their next game allegedly will be Saturday at Wilmington Charter, 2:30. Archmere loses their second straight. They are 8-2. And they will play Saturday at Woodbridge at 1:30. All right, John, we need a player of the game. I'm thinking that Dylan Bromwell. We're going to go get Dylan.
Younger brother of Lexi Bromwell.
You mentioned that when you talked to him. Hang on one second. I'm going to go get Dylan. John's going to be hanging out here.
We're back with Dylan Bromwell from the winning team, St. Mark's. Dylan, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You guys came in tonight. What was your game plan coming in against a tough St. Mark's team that's going to get after you defensively?
So our game plan really was to crash the boards. We watched the film on St. E's and noticed that they don't really, rebound as good. So crash the boards and kick out, drive and kick.
You did a really nice job. You guys play very unselfish. You move the ball around. Is that something that you guys have done all season?
Yeah.
Is that something that's been coming along?
Yeah, we work on that a lot in practice, driving kicks.
And what are you guys looking forward to as you approach? You just kind of getting things sharpened up as you approach the tournament time?
Yeah, we started slow and now we're back. I think 500. So. Just keep rolling.
I saw your dad earlier tonight walking in, and he told me you're the younger brother of Lexi Bromwell.
Yep.
Okay, well, that makes sense. You got some good genes there. She was a heck of a player. Dylan, you did a great job tonight.
Thank you.
Wish you guys the best the rest of the season, my friend.
Thank you.
Be well. Ladies and gentlemen, that will – you want to – give that to Coach Wright. Here, we're going to give you the 302 chain 2, Coach Wright. There you
Thank
go.
you.
How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing a lot better now.
Feeling better?
I sure am.
So what same thing I kind of asked Dylan. What was the game plan coming in against Archmere?
Main thing was to stop Khalif. He is an outstanding freshman, really is, and he's got a bright future, and I knew everything went through him, and if we could stop him, we'd be okay.
You guys did a very good job face guarding him. It looked like a little frustration had set in. Was that your game plan tonight coming in?
That was the absolute game plan, yes. Again, freshmen sometimes, let's see how they handle a little bit of pressure.
So from the start of season up to this point, what are some of the things that your team has worked on to get you guys where you are? You have, I think, a little 4-game win streak going on right now.
Just honestly coming together. They're starting to believe in themselves a little bit. We played some tough teams in Florida, tough teams on the road. But now they're starting to come together and starting to believe that they can do this.
I thought you guys, and I was talking to Dylan, I thought you guys did a very good job of moving the ball. It wasn't touching the ground. There wasn't wasted dribbles. You had kids attacking, kicking out, making the extra pass for the high percentage shot. Is that something you've worked on?
It is, especially against Archmere because they play outstanding defense with the help, and it makes it real difficult to get inside. So we had to hit some shots, play under control. Those are the biggest things. Yes, right. Absolutely.
Coach, I appreciate you coming over.
So much.
Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
luck the rest of the season. Look forward to seeing you in the tournament.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Be well. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap it up from here at St. Mark's. St. Mark's Spartans pull out the victory against the Archmere Hawks. Our next game will be coming up this weekend, I believe. I don't have it here in front of me, but tune in, check our schedule. And from here at St. Mark's, John Kolesha, along with Mike Lang, on the wheels of steel, Jason Winchell, and our buddy Craig up with the camera, my fellow Polish guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Have a good evening.